Next fallacy is confusing possibility with necessity. This happens when a possible condition is confused with a necessity condition. Look at this statement here. Can this be inferred from the given statement? Look at this graphically. Olympic athletes maintain healthy BMI, but there are other people who maintain healthy BMI but are not Olympic athletes. So this is a subset of a superset here. Jack may belong to this set here and he may belong to this set here. So that Jack is an Olympic athlete is a possibility, not a necessity, and therefore this inference cannot be drawn. I have a huge set for you here. Here is an argument followed by a question stem and a bunch of statements for you. Good 7 statements. Please pause the video and put a check mark if you think that the statement must be true. Otherwise, put a cross mark. This is a set that shows that Mike is convinced, and this second set here represents public is convinced, and at the overlap here is where Mike wins. He has to be convinced to contest, and then public has to be convinced for him to win. Let's give these areas some names. Let's call this A. Mike is convinced, but public is not convinced. Let's call this area B, which is public is convinced, but Mike is not convinced. Let's call this area C, where Mike is convinced and public is convinced. And let's call this area D, where neither Mike is convinced nor public is convinced. In this case, remember, Mike would not contest the election. So with this groundwork, let's look at the statements here. If Mike is a senator today, that means we're talking about area C. He was convinced about all of this, and yes, this condition must be true. In second case, Mike is not a senator, so we are talking about areas A, B or D. Any of these may be true. He was not convinced, so yes, in cases of B and D, this can be said, but in the case A, this cannot be said. See, the question is which of the following must be true. In case of A, this would not apply, and therefore answer choice B is not going to be the correct answer choice. Look at answer choice C here. If Mike is a senator today, that means there is only one area that we need to consider. That's area C, and public majority was convinced. This can be established because in the area C, public majority is definitely convinced. Choice D, if Mike is not a senator, that means A, B or D, and public majority was not convinced applies to only A and D. In case of B, this will not apply. So answer choice D also confuses possibility with necessity. If Mike contested the elections, this means A or C. Public majority was convinced applies only to C but not to A. So this answer choice also suffers from the error of confusing possibility with necessity. Look at the next statement here. If Mike did not contest, that means the areas we must consider are B and D. Public majority was not convinced applies only to D, not to B. So once again, this answer choice as well suffers from the problem of confusing possibility with necessity. If Mike contested the elections, this means A or C. He was convinced that his image of playing negative characters would not affect. Yes, if he contested, he was convinced. This is what this part of the paragraph says. So yes, this one must be true. This was the concept, guys. GMAT shots are deliberately kept brief. For an elaborate explanation, please refer the stage 1 videos. Thanks for watching.